Hello, and welcome to our Erie County District Attorney weekly YouTube video where we talk about cases and talk about things that are going on not only here in Erie County in Western New York, but across the state and across the country. And last week's YouTube video, we talked about how I was headed down to Virginia Beach to the National District Attorneys Association called NDAA. NDAA had their summer conference over this past weekend. And I talked about a little bit last week about how I was headed down there and I was expected to be elected the president-elect of NDAA. I can officially tell you that it occurred, and I was unanimously elected president-elect of NDAA. I will be the president-elect now for the year from July through July of 2022. And then next July in 2022, I will automatically become president of NDAA. I do not have to run for election again as a president. I will be automatically president of this great association starting next July in 2022. And our summer conference next summer, where I'll be sworn in as president, will be in Denver, Colorado. So I'm looking forward to go to Denver next year. I'm looking forward to this year, though, in doing the hard work not only as the Erie County DA, but also as president-elect of NDAA, where we're going to tackle the problems that we're facing across the country when it comes to criminal justice. And as I've said before on many, many times, the number one problem that we are facing in the criminal justice world is gun violence. And we're seeing that not only in this city, here in Buffalo, New York, but across the country. When I was in Virginia Beach last weekend, I was talking to DAs from all over the country. And to a person, these district attorneys were telling me that gun violence is a major problem, if not their number one problem in their jurisdiction. And so, what we're seeing a lot here in Buffalo are not only the homicides, but we're seeing attempted murders. This past week, we had 6 high-profile cases here that just got resolved or either arraigned within the past week. We had Blake Banks, 24-year-old guy from Buffalo, who was arraigned this week on 1 count of murder in the second degree for fatally shooting a 40-year-old man on Broadway near Bennett Street. All right, just a random. He knew him, okay, but his actions were just so outrageous and so random, allegedly, that, it's kind of hard to believe what happened here, all right? But he was arraigned on murder. We had 5 cases involving attempted murder. So you got to remember, the murders are obviously horrible because a life was lost, but we have a lot of attempted murders that are going on too, all right? David Douglas, 22-year-old from Buffalo, was arraigned on attempted murder, robbery, and gun charges for allegedly shooting 3 people outside a restaurant on Ellicott Street during the early morning hours of July 4th, all right? He was arraigned on the indictment. Again, just like Mr. Banks, he's being held without bail, okay? Jose Castillo, 29-year-old in Buffalo, was arraigned on attempted murder, assault, and gun charges, okay? He's accused of shooting 2 men on Allen Street near Irving Place in the early morning hours of July 8th. Again, both victims survived the attack, thank God, but this is a serious crime. He's remanded without bail as well. Edwin Calo Montanez was arraigned on attempted murder, assault, and gun charges. He's accused of shooting 2 victims on West Avenue near Vermont Street on July 14th. Again, both victims suffered serious physical injuries. Mr. Calo Montanez, remanded without bail. Demetrius Williams, 38 of Buffalo, again, indicted on attempted murder, assault, and gun charges for intentionally shooting a man on Marigold Avenue on June 26th. 42-year-old man victim remains in critical condition at ECMC. Williams, remanded without bail as well. And finally, Edward Ball, 64 years old of Buffalo, indicted on attempted murder and assault charges. He's accused of shooting a woman outside his Quincy Street home in February of 2021. He was indicted. He's been arraigned on attempted murder charge. The victim in that case survived, but continues to suffer from serious injuries. Edward Bald, remanded in jail now without bail as well. So I think that the message is getting out there that I'm taking these cases seriously. I don't want these people back out in the streets. I don't want any judges giving them bail, and they're being held now in the holding center without bail, every single one of these cases. And that's what we need to do to keep the criminals off the street, and we can protect the safety of our citizens. And that's what I'm going to do each and every day as DA. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week.